What's going on? What's going on, people? Welcome to another week of the great YouTube show, Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J, here with my partner Ghost, and we're excited to bring you week 7 in the UFL season. I'm just chilling, having a good time, drinking my homemade smoothie. You got to try these smoothies. I know I've been having different things, members mark water, you know what I mean, here and there. But I've been really having these smoothies, and these smoothies are like no joke.
Well, do you use Members Mark water in the smoothies?
Sometimes I do.
Well, I'm just saying that because, again, if they're sponsoring us, then you got to mention them. See? You can't even stick to the sponsors. They're going to drop you sooner or later,
This UFL show is brought to you by Members Mark Water.
But there's no members. You done failed.
But it's put into a smoothie. And it's great, man, because it helps you get some lean gains. You know what I mean? Feeling good. So, yeah, it's definitely a blessing. I'm getting my health together. Feeling really good. Lost a little weight, like I've been telling y'all during the season. But also, trying to stay relaxed, Not trying to be so aggressive on the show. We already know how I do here. Y'all know how Stephen J do. But I'm trying to try a mellow, low-key type of personality now.
So you're trying to take. So you pretty much trying to take my vibe then, because I'm the low key one. I'm the one that is more analyzing and not as loud. So you trying to copy me now. So that's basically what you're saying.
I'm trying to be smooth and mellow, baby.
Well, listen. Well, good luck to you. I don't know if you'll be successful, but We'll see how you do,
But we're gonna jump into the first game. That's
Exactly.
enough for being mellow.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna jump into the first game. Never Scared versus FOE. Now, Never Scared is coming off of a big win last week. Mm-hmm. Big win over Violators. Huge win for this team. Definitely, I wouldn't say a surprising win because I think they're a sleeper team, but definitely an impressive win. And FOE is coming off of a loss to 99 Problems. So now, we're going to get into the game now. Fred has been playing great. He doesn't have really known weapons. Like, he doesn't have a superstar in his team. But he got Sean, who's been playing great this year. They picked up Julio, who's been playing really well. And, this team has been a surprise. Their record doesn't indicate how good they really have the potential to be. But, offensively, they really showed their ability to score with any team in this league.
And you probably gave up the reason why their record is not showing the potential that they actually have is because their defense lacks in certain times where they have opportunities to win games. Their defense cannot hold on key moments, and that is the reason why they end up losing games. So, hopefully their defense is able to pick up. Hopefully for them, because they need this win to try to move up in the standings. They have the opportunity. They can't let this one slip through their fingers.
And FOE hasn't played the way we thought they were. I mean, they definitely have potential. I like Dave, their quarterback. Bob is a guy who's going to be reliable if he can stay healthy. Roger's been back and forth. Their best player and the MVP of this team has to be Twan. Ghostface has also played well. Milt been playing pretty decent. Excuse me. Twan has been their best player. A guy who shows the ability of some flashes of being a superstar. He's the star of this team. He has potential to be a superstar if he stays consistent, but definitely this team is somebody that can be a sleeper team come playoff time.
And that's the issue with this team throughout the season. They had the same issue that Rep City had throughout the season, is that they're in the games, they compete in the games, but they're not able to finish the games. They're not able to close when they have the opportunity. And that is the main issue with this team. Otherwise, they're able to score when they connect together on offense. They're able to lock up on defense every now and then. These guys have some surprising number of playmakers on this team. So they're a team that may surprise you come playoff time. So people need to pay attention. Hopefully they're able to put everything together in this game right here.
Well, we're going to jump right into the game. Fred throws short to Just on the sideline, who runs for a decent gain and a first down. Second down, Fred throws to Weege on the sideline to get him to the 10-yard line. Third down, Fred finds Sean wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Roger steps up, leaving Sean open in the back. That is a touchdown, 6-0, never scared.
Fred is able to find Sean in the end zone for the touchdown. That's the first one. This is a way to start off early with Sean. Already, Fred is able to connect with him in the beginning of the game.
After getting the first down, Dave throws a Dutch in the middle for a nice gain. Second down, Dave on 4 rush throws a Twan in the back of the end zone, picked off by Norm, giving it back to Never Scared. And Norm is a guy that doesn't really get a lot of shine. He's not really a big interception type corner. He's a guy that's physical. He's a guy that can really stay with the team's number 2 guy. I wouldn't say he's a man-on-man lockdown corner, but he shows the ability to do it with him going up against Twan, who's FOE's best receiver, and Norm coming away with the interception.
And the thing about the thing about Norm that a lot of people sleep on is that he has speed.
Yep.
He's a person that can get there in a flash, and that's one thing that helps on defense. So he's able to come in and pick off this ball out of nowhere. Dave was not expecting Norm to come out of nowhere and pick that ball off. So that is just great defense by Norm, catching the quarterback by surprise and making a big play.
Second down, Fred throws it just for a short gain. Third and long, Fred is blitzed by Ghostface, who blocks Fred's pass, incomplete, Never Scared has to punt. That's a good stop by FOE. Ghostface getting involved defensively now. He's been getting involved offensively all year, but this time he gets involved defensively and helps stop Never Scared in their tracks. Next drive, Dave on 4 rush throws a Roger in the middle for a nice gain, picking up the first down. Dave then throws a Fred on the sideline, who makes a nice catch and runs to the 5-yard line. Second on goal on a 4 rush. Just gets the ball off short, picked off by Sean, giving it back to Never Scared. And like I said all season, anytime Dave is pressured, he makes mistakes, and he makes another one here.
And that is the problem. That's one of the problems that they have on offense. They have a decent offense when they play together, but one thing that they got to understand is Dave is not a quarterback that can play as well as he needs to under pressure. So Milt is there. He has to protect. He has to be there to protect Dave. Otherwise, more of this is going to happen throughout the game.
Next drive, Fred with 2 short passes for a decent gain. Third down, Fred is blitzed by Goldface and runs for a decent gain, picking up the first down. Fred then with blocker from Eric throws to Rah-Rah in the gap. Ja with contact forcing an incomplete pass. Great hit by Ja. Second down, Fred throws to Matt in the middle for a nice gain. Last down at the 10-yard line, Fred with blocker from Eric. Throws to Matt in the front of the end zone is going to be dropped, picked off by Twan. Nice block here by Fred on Eric. Twan runs it all the way back to the end zone for the touchdown. Bob gets the extra point, 7-6. FOE jumps right back in.
And just like how we said, this guy is this team's MVP. Not only on offense, but he's been having a terrific year on defense. Yep. And I think that's where he really shines. He has speed, he has arm length. He's able to read where the play is going. He's able to lock up when he needs to. This guy is very impressive, having a great rookie year in this league right now, and he's one person that this team couldn't do without.
Fred on second down with blocker from Eric. Throws deep to Sean in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Eric gets flagged for cursing, but it's 12-7, taking us into the half. Never Scared with a quick score.
And this is the way Never Scared is able to get back in the game at the last seconds into the half.
Yep.
That is a way that you keep the momentum going for your team.
Yep.
The FOE makes a big play on defense. They're able to put up points on their defense. You come back, you recover, you drive down the field, you make a big play on your team on offense, and that's a way to fix a mistake that you made. They fixed that mistake by scoring right back. Way to do that right into the half.
And if I'm FOE, we need somebody else besides Twana to step up. Twana's been carrying this all season. We need Roger to get more involved. We need Bob to get more involved. We need this guy, Dave, to not turn the ball over. As long as we can do that with weapons like Fred, Ghostface, we can make some plays. We just got to limit our turnovers and keep on the offensive attack.
And Never Scared towards the end of the half. They were able to score twice. So they got to find ways to limit the turnovers, because right now their turnovers is causing them, the other team, to gain points. So let's not do that again. Limit your turnovers, drive down the field, put up more points, and I think that they'll be just fine in the second half.
Second half, Dave throws a Twan on the sideline, who runs for a decent gain, picking up the first down. Second down, Dave rolls right, throws to Roger across the field for a decent gain. If we can't get any closer, they're going to have to punt. Twan is going to get injured on the play. And he will not return. We'll talk about his injury at the end of the game. but that is a big blow for this FOE team.
Unfortunately, Twan would leave the game with this injury. I think that is a big momentum blow to this team because he was one of the anchors in this game, playing very well, putting up points on defense, making some big plays. And now that he's out abruptly, I think that is going to throw off this team's chemistry. Hopefully it doesn't, but that's what I predict in this half right now.
Never Scared struggles to move the ball and they're forced to punt. During the punt, Ja receives the punt, runs on the sideline with two nice blocks from Fred on Eric. Ja is able to run all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. Has to be a top 5 nominee. Ghostface gets the extra point. 14-12. FOE jumps right back in the front.
And wait for me to be proven wrong. I mean, this team I thought was gonna be, was struggling to find their way to move forward, but they come out striking right out on defense. They get the punt and run it back. Guys are picking up blocks. They're staying together. This is a way that you stay in when a man is down. You pick yourself up and you make a big play. Ja is a person and we haven't really been able to talk about throughout the season, but he's another playmaker on this team. He's showing that he can do it on special teams as well as offense.
After getting the first down, Fred throws a rock, cutting in the gap for a nice gain, getting him to the 10-yard line. 3rd and goal, Fred throws to Eric, cutting in the end zone. That's dropped. 4th down, Fred throws to Sean in the end zone. It's caught, but Never Scared is called for offensive push-off in the end zone. What do you think of it?
I think he did because, again, on his route, on this receiver's route, I believe that is Matt.
Right.
He pushes off on his route as he's going for the ball. It's not clearly seen in the play because the play was going away from him, but that is what the ref called. He runs right into the defensive player. Once the defensive player has position, as soon as you run into him, move him out of the way, that is a flag, and that's exactly why the flag was thrown.
They're going to move him back. Fred scrambles on 4 rush on 4th down, throws a Sean in the back of the end zone. That's going to be dropped, turnover on downs. That is a big drop. We've seen Sean catch that all season. This is when they really needed him. They're down 14-12, and he drops the ball. Huge drop for this Never Scared offense. Dave, with 2 short passes for a decent game, with time running out, Dave decides to punt. So they're going to give Never Scared one more shot. Fred drives to the 30-yard line with a minute left. Last down, he's blitzed by Dutch, blocked by Eric. Fred throws it up, picked off by Ja. Ending the game, FOE comes away with the win, 14-12 over Never Scared.
And I like the decision to punt and have faith in your defense because I'm sure Dave knew that he played horrible in the last game that they played the week before. So why take any chances? We're up right now, even though it's only 2 points. Let my defense hold up on the last drive and we can win this game. That's exactly the decision he makes, and they benefit for it. That is a great way to use your head and trust in your defense.
That is a huge loss if I'm Never Scared. We got a lot of losses this season that we should not have had. This is a game we should have won. That push-off hurt us. We allowed them to run back a pick. We allowed them to run back a punt. That's discipline. You know what I mean? We're not disciplined enough in order to make stops when we need to and not give away points. And with 1 game left in the season, now we got another game versus Carver. And then we have 1 game next week versus Dutchman. We have to turn it around because we are trying to avoid playing certain teams. We want the matchups to work in our favor. But at the end of it all, we need to play better. We can compete with all teams in this league, but we have to play better. We still got Ouija playing good. Sean is definitely our MVP. Julio's been a nice pickup. We got guys that can make plays. We just got to stay consistent.
And FOE, this was a huge win for them. They struggled in the last game. This is their opportunity with this game and next game to make their standings a little more presentable for themselves.
Yep.
They're able to, not be on the bottom tier of the conference, and they don't have to play against a number 2 or a number 1 seed. So with this, they're able to, save themselves from dropping down any lower. They're able to stay in the middle of the pack. Hopefully, they can win the next game for them because then they'll have a better chance moving through the playoffs.
Well, you said it, and we're going to talk about it. You said it, and we're going to talk about it. Twan is going to be out for the year. Broken arm. landed on it, jumping for that pass. Comes down. It wasn't shown in the video, but he landed right on his shoulder, and he's going to be gone for the year.
And that is so unexpected because, he's a player that puts his all for his team in every game. And even on that play, he was putting in his all to try to make a play. He was flagged for that play, but he tried to make something happen. Unfortunately, him putting himself on the line, he ends up getting hurt in this play. As you see here, he's in the hospital, just getting treated. He has his arm wrapped up. Obviously, that doesn't look good for them moving forward towards the end of the season. So they got to play with a man down. That's exactly, what they got to do. The sad part is Twan is their best player.
Yep.
Can all of these guys, Ghostface, Ja, Bop, Roger, Fred, can all these guys step up? Milk, protecting Dave. All of these guys got to step up and play together. If they don't, then the same way Twan went down is the same way their season's going to go down. Unfortunately, even though I don't like that analogy, that's exactly what's going to happen if they don't play up, if they don't play together and play consistently.
And look at Twan's numbers here. Now, offensively, he only had 3 touchdowns and 1 extra point. Nothing great. Decent, good numbers. Defensively, 7 interceptions. 1 he ran back for a touchdown. That's where they're going to miss him. Mm-hmm. He was definitely in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, he could still win it, even though he's going to miss that last game. I still think he should be in the running. I still think that he should be voted. He's going to be one of the top vote getters. But this is a huge blow for FOE with their best defensive player out for the year.
And obviously, defense wins championships. So without having him there as an anchor for their defense, I don't see them being as good on defense as they were with him on the field. They may be able to prove me wrong because they have, some talented guys left over on the team, but only they can prove me wrong, and only they can step up in a way that they'll need to in these coming games.
Yep, so we're going to wrap this one up. FOE coming away with the win, but they really took a loss. Twan is out for the year, broken arm. We're going to wish him well. Hopefully he comes back next season. And FOE is going to have to next man up. Come away with the win over Never Scared, 14-12. We'll be right back. Real Tough Talk. Welcome back. Real Tough Talk. Stephen J, Ghost, and Stephen J. Because that's how it usually feels like. We're going to talk about the next game up. Never Scared versus Carver Mob. Never Scared is coming off of a loss to FOE. And now you play an elite, top contending Carver Mob. And what do Never Scared have to do to not bring that loss that they just have into this game?
Well, one thing they can't do is they can't come up short at the end of the game. They got to find ways to lock up. They got to limit turnovers. And they got to play well and consistent throughout the game. They have issues with ending the game strong. A lot of their games, they end up losing in the second half on the last 2 drives or so. So they have to play consistently and strong throughout the game. I think if they can do that, I think they have a better chance to win. But they're facing Carver Mob. Hopefully they can pull it off for their sake.
And Carver's jumping back in. They started winning games now, and they're really turning it up towards the end of the season, trying to get that number 1 seed, number 1, number 2 seed. And they've been playing really well. This is not the best we've seen them play in history of UFL, but to them, their mediocre or midway is a lot of other teams' best. So that's what you say about as far as all the success they've been having in this league. We're going to jump right into the game. Fred throws short to Ouija. That's going to be dropped. Picked off by Ricky, giving it to Carver Mob. Ouija struggled with drops. This one he drops right to Ricky, giving Carver right back the ball.
And that is unfortunate because Ouija's supposed to be one of the guys that's used to drive down the field. This guy back in the day used to be called PlayStation.
Yeah.
I heard guys talking on the sideline talking about he got downgraded. He's no longer PlayStation.
Right.
So I think
He's
right now,
PlayStation 1.
No. Right now, I think he's downgraded to Nintendo Ouija. I think that's the new name for him.
Nintendo Ouija?
Yes, Nintendo Ouija. Obviously, a play on the Nintendo Wii.
Right.
But that's gonna be his name from now on. He still got game, but his graphics and his features aren't as good as the PlayStation is now. So
Wow.
that's that I'm guessing that's where the topic of discussion was. But Ouija got to prove us wrong because he hasn't had a consistent season the way he needed to.
Second down, Chuck throws deep to Alvaro, wide open in the end zone. That's going to be dropped. The next play, Chuck gets blitzed, throws deep to Joey on the sideline. Way off target, picked off by Matt, giving it back to Never Scared. Chuck has struggled a little bit with his accuracy this year. Matt makes him pay with this pass off target. Matt getting the ball right back for his Never Scared team.
And I believe the person I was blitzing is Ra, but either way, that blitz was very effective. Catches Chuck off guard. They're not able to pick up the blitz in time. Obviously, the full rush is coming, so Chuck is trying to make a quick decision. Matt is able to make a good play and pick it off here. That's great defense overall.
First down, Fred gets blitzed by Joey. Throws to Smoke, tipped and picked off by Mijo, giving it right back to Carver. And these are like 3-play turnarounds. And if you're Never Scared, you cannot throw this interception if you're Fred. You cannot allow Mijo to get a hand in it. Not only do that, pick it off, but he does. That has to be a top play. Great play by Mijo. I think this is his first UFL interception of his career.
Yeah. But regardless of what, he's been playing very well for this Carver Mob team. He's one person that goes under the radar, but at ball giver, he is getting sacks, he's knocking down passes, and now he's knocking down passes and getting interceptions. What a way to play the ball giver position. He's an underrated player at that position, but he does well regardless here.
Chuck is going to get the ball with a pass to Cable on the sideline for a decent yard play. Then Chuck on second down throws it on the sideline short, picked off by Norm, giving it back to Never Scared. And these are consistent interceptions on each drive. Fred throws 2, Chuck throws 2. And like I said, Chuck has struggled with his accuracy this year, and this is the interception he threw.
And right now, it looks like defense is stepping up on both sides, making plays.
I wouldn't say defense. Both quarterbacks are playing terrible. I could have went out there and caught a pick.
Stop it. Because you throw the ball backwards. Let's just say that they won't even be able to pick off your ball. How horrible you throw.
I can catch a pick.
Not even. You're old. You're retired. You're done. That's it. But back to the game. The thing about the defense getting credit, you're saying that it's just the quarterback's throwing horrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
That may be true, but if the defense don't step up and make plays like this, it doesn't matter. So again, I give the defense credit that they're able to pick off these passes and get the ball back for their team.
Never Scared is going to end up not doing nothing on that drive. They're going to punt. Alvaro's going to try drop a pitch during the punt. Bad field position for Carver. Chuck 2 passes for a nice gain. Then Chuck near the 50-yard line, last down, throws Ricky in the gap to pick up the first down. Second down, Chuck on 4 rush, runs for a decent gain. 4th and goal, Chuck scrambles with blocker from Ricky. Throws it to Soup in the corner of the end zone, knocked away by Norm, turnover on downs, giving it right back to Never Scared. That is a good defensive stand.
Yes, so again, you were saying that Chuck is struggling, but these guys are pressuring him. They're locking up, and then knocking down passes, making Chuck's job that much harder in this game. So I give the defense credit in this game. They are playing very well, and they're not making anything easy for this Carver Mob offense.
First down, Fred on 4 rushes, sacked by Mijo. Never Scared, can't get any further. They're going to have to punt. Carver gets the ball back. On 3rd down, Chuck throws a Cable in the gap for a nice game, picking up the first. Last play before half, Chuck throws it up incomplete, but Norm is flagged for pass interference, putting Carver at the 1-yard line. What do you think of that play?
I think that this was a merited flag, unfortunately, because here Norm is trying to make a play. Sal is going up for the ball. He's pulled down as the ball is in the air. Sal's trying to make a play on it here. So that's clearly a catchable ball. That's what the refs saw, and they threw the flag. Unfortunately for Never Scared, Carver has another chance at this play at the 1-yard line.
Chuck finds Cable cutting in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Sal gets the extra point. 7-0, taking us into the half. Julio's going to get injured on this play. He pulled something as he was running. Has to have to come out the game. Would not return.
And what a way to end the half. They were playing well. They were locking up. And then one flag is what gives Carver Mob the lead. That's something that a lot of teams have been doing with this Carver Mob team for so many years. They'll have the game in their hands, and then they give it up by doing something bad, giving up a play or making a bad penalty, and Carver Mob steps up and takes advantage. That's exactly what Carver Mob does to take the lead in this half.
And if I'm Never Scared, first of all, I'm going to comment on both quarterbacks. The worst quarterback play I've ever seen from either quarterback. You're going to have Fred throw a pick on first down. That really wasn't his fault, but it's still a pick. Then you got Chuck, one of the best in the game, tries to make a throw deep to Joey. That's picked off. Then you're going to have Fred get blitzed and throw a pick to the ball giver, Mijo. Then Chuck gets the ball back. And if you look here, this is second down on the sideline. And look where he put it, which gets picked off. And then he gets bailed out because, Never Scared gets stopped. And then Carver gets a pass interference again. Terrible play by both quarterbacks. You have one game left coming up for the playoffs. You cannot play like this. One more week left, coming up plays. They got to get it together. Not looking good for either quarterback. I just wanted to jump into both of them before we go into the second half. Second half, Chuck, with blocking from Ricky, throws a nick in the middle for a nice game, picking up the first down. Second down, Chuck is blitzed by Fred. Throws short to Ricky. Just with the contact, incomplete. Great hit by Just. Fourth down, after a short pass to Ricky, Chuck throws a swoop in the back of the end zone. That's going to be dropped. Never Scared gets flagged for contact in the end zone to replay it down. What do you think of that first?
I think that was another merited. I think that was a merited flag as well, because again, guys got to know not to do too much, not to get too physical. Yes, you can feel around for where the receiver is,
right,
but when you do too much contact, the ref is definitely going to throw it, and that's something that you can't afford when you're trying to lock up on defense.
And they're going to get a replay it down, and on 4 rush, Smoke gets the sack, getting past Chulo, giving it back to Never Scared. Now, first of all, that is a great play by Smoke. I call him Mr. Energizer, buddy. This guy never stops. Then, why isn't Ricky blocking? This is the former block of the year, the reigning block of the year. Better blocker than Chulo. Why would you have Chulo blocking there, not Ricky? That is a big play. That's a big screw up, I would say. When it's fourth down and it's money time, I want Ricky blocking. He can block up to 2 guys at one time, leaving somebody open. Chulo's not the same blocker as Ricky. First down, Fred throws to Sean on the sideline, who runs for a big gain near the 50. Sean has been killing all year. Show that man some respect. After getting the first down, Fred throws to Matt in the middle for a decent gain. Third down, Fred gets blitzed by Joey and throws to Matt in the gap. Picked off by Jay, giving it right back to Carver. That is a great play by Jay. We haven't really talked about Jay a lot this season, but he still has the ability to make plays. This is a great play by Jay.
And you already know this is Jay's game. This is Jay's bread and butter. He plays defense, he locks up, and he makes big plays. That's what he's here for. That's what he's been doing since he's, played for Carver, winning championships with this team. So he shows that he has that in full display here, making a great play with that interception.
Remember, right now, the game is 7-zip. Carver's not able to do nothing. They end up going 3 and out, giving the ball back to Never Scared. Second down, Fred is sacked by Joey. Joey gets flagged for rushing early, forcing a first down. Fred throws deep to Sean, wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Joey lets him go, just gets the 2-point conversion, 8-7, 2 minutes left. Never Scared jumps back into the game.
And the thing about it is right here, you see Joey lets go of Sean right at the last second. You see him going by. You got to communicate that somebody's going to pick him up. And if there's nobody else, you got to pick him up. That's something that did not happen here. Joey goes and gets caught with the other receiver crossing, leaves Sean wide open in the end zone.
Now, remember, it's 2 minutes left in the game. Carver is chasing 8-7. Chuck throws a side, opening the gap for a nice game, picking up the first down. Then Chuck throws it Joey in the middle to get them to the 10-yard line. Second down, Chuck loses the ball during the pass, incomplete pass, last down. Chuck finds Sal in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Smoke gets a sack on an extra point, 13-8. If you look here, Matt cannot match up with Sal. It's a little bit too much, and Carver takes the lead.
And there's an obvious reason why it's a little too much. Matt is like what? 5 foot, and this guy is like close to 6 foot. So my thing is, it's a full feet of football player right there that Matt has to match up with, and that's not gonna happen. That was a clear mismatch, and Chuck is not gonna miss that type of mismatch. He throws it right to Sal as soon as he sees it. Great way to notice that defensive mistake, and they're able to score points in the last minutes of the game.
That is why Chuck is the best in the game. With his team down, he's able to drive down the field, stay on calm, and find Sal on 4th down, not 3rd down. 3rd down, he loses the ball during the pass. Takes the 4th down, and he's able to make a play. Great play by Chuck. Fred runs on 4 rush for a decent game, picking up the 1st down. 2nd down, Fred throws the mat, cutting in the gap, getting him to the 10-yard line. 3rd down, Fred is blitzed by Joey and then sacked by Mijo. That is a huge sack by this Carver defense. Last down, Fred throws a Norm, cutting in the end zone. That one is going to be dropped. End of the game. Carver sneaks away with the win, 13-8.
And that is yet another game that Never Scared was able to win on the last drive, and they couldn't make it. They couldn't make it happen. This is one thing I've been saying, that they've been struggling to finish games. They've been struggling to stop the other opposing team on the last drive of the game. They couldn't do that. Now they have to play catch up, and they aren't able to make it happen on their side at the end of the game. That is unfortunate, because that's 2 losses that they had in this game. These 2 wins, if they would have had these 2 wins, that would have bumped them up in the standings. But unfortunately, they dropped down because of these 2 losses that they have. And things are not looking good if they keep losing the way they are right now.
Carver comes away with this win, but this team is beatable. They showed it this game. Chuck had to carry the team, put them on his back, but Chuck struggled in the beginning of the game. This team is beatable, just like any team in the UFL this season. Any team in this league is beatable. Last year, it was a 2-horse race between Carver and Super Friends. That's what everybody talked about. This year, everybody has an opportunity in the West. At least the top 6 teams, you could say, can knock each other out. And then if you throw Dutchman in there, you know what I mean, and Shocker's in there, they're definitely a team that can hurt somebody's feelings. So this Western Conference is as competitive as a Western Conference in basketball. Carver has to find ways to pull out wins. They did it now. But what happens in the playoffs? It gets more tighter, win or go home. But they always find a way to do it, and they did it this game. Hats off to them. They didn't play great, but they come away with the win.
But one thing we always know is that they always find ways to win, and that's the thing with Carver Mob. So you can't necessarily count them out and say, hey, this is an issue that they have, because they usually do have issues in the regular season, and they always make it happen towards the end. So this is just Carver just playing the way that they usually do. They usually do. It hasn't been as consistent as it normally does. It normally has, but the fact that this game they're able to close it out shows that this is still a Carver Mob team that you have to pay attention to.
We're going to wrap this one up. Carver with the win over Never Scared, 13-8. We'll be right back. Real Tough Talk. All right. Well, before we talk about our next game, ILD versus Why Men, I got some great news that I'm ecstatic to share with the football world. You know, some people may not care, but it's my show, so I can say what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Our very own Dawn, Daisha Brown, hasn't really been on the show as much because she's been going through some stuff with school, and took a leave from the show because she had to focus on some things in school. And I'm happy to announce that she has finally, after tough battles and swing and miss, she finally passed her math regents. So she will be graduating on time in June.
And right now, like, the thing about it is, you know, seeing her journey, you know, seeing her struggle through school and still come and help us out in our show and all of that stuff. I seen her struggle and fight hard to, do well in school, and finally, her hard work is starting to pay off. So now she's able to graduate in June. Obviously, as an uncle, I'm super proud of her because she's been dedicated to this for a long time. And, she's not necessarily the best in math. Some people are not. I know there's a lot of people out there that's not necessarily aces in math. She says she's one of those people that's not an ace in math, but she's able to pass the Regents, something that a lot of people struggle to do to this day. I remember taking it when I was a kid, and not to say that, not to toot my own horn, but I was one person that was good in math, but the Regents was never an easy test. So for her to be able to pass it, I am super glad for her. Hopefully the next time we see her, we can congratulate her on the show because it's well deserving for her and her hard work.
And listen, Dawn is a reader. That's what she does.
Yeah, she's more reader than math person.
Math, she has struggled, she's battled, and she's gotten a lot better. But when it came to the Regents, she just couldn't get over that hurdle. She's not a good test taker. And she found a way to focus and put all her focus on it. And she asked us she could leave the show for a little while to focus on that. And she passed. And it's always excellent when you see your kids get over the hurdle and accomplish their goal. You know what I mean? And I'm just so proud of her. I'm going to send her all our love here on the show. We can't wait for her to get back. But we're really so extremely proud of her. And I'm one of the happiest dads in the world because I carry this thing on the field. You worry about your kids and you want the best for them. And every parent wants their kids to be better than them. And this is the first step to her future. Mm-hmm. Now she's able to graduate with her class. Now she's able to walk down the aisle and get her diploma, and I'm so very proud of her.
And this is kid number 2. That's
absolutely,
graduating from high school.
Because we know Jarrell already got his.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So 2 down, 1 to go, but we're gonna focus.
That's a ways off because
she's only 11. So we're gonna focus on Dawn right now, the next one up, and I'm so proud of her. From all of us here, Dawn, me, Ghost. Much love to you. Congratulations on that. And we'll turn up later. Just wanted to tell you that on the show. Now we're going to get about another team that's happened to pass the test, ILD. They decided to put all their chips on the table, all hands on deck, and try to win a championship for the first time in the UFL. They have never got past the Final Four. This is the year they figured that they're trying to do it, and this would be a good test against this YMM team.
And what a test it is, because these 2 teams, I can say, have rivaled back and forth in the past. YMM is one of the teams that was actually the last team to bump them out of the Final Four a few years back to go to the championship. So I'm sure that there's a lot of these ILD guys remember that, knowing that they're going to eventually have to go through them, not only in the regular season, but in the playoffs to get where they need to go. So they're willing to put up a statement. There's guys that's coming here just to beat this YMM team, knowing that, it's a big game. So Swiss will be here. Buckwheat will be here. The usual guys that have been playing hard for them this season. Lou will be here playing ball giver, putting in his contribution. So this team is ready to play. It's all up on how Adi performs in this game. To me, if they're gonna win or lose, Adi has to perform well. If he has a bad game, I think there's more of a chance for them to lose.
And on YMM side, listen, they haven't played great this year. they got 1 loss. I mean, they have 1 loss so far. So Rico hasn't been here every game. Santana hasn't been here every game, and this team has still competed. You got to give it to them for that. And, I mean, other guys step up. Their MVP this year is Brandon. Brandon has been unguardable. This guy has found a way to find the end zone all year. And to stop YMM, you have to stop Brandon. And defensively, it's not even the guy who it always is, Jeremy.
Yeah.
It's Slutty and it's Kaka. Those have been the 2 guys that's been really holding down this defense. And, you do that. Wayne got Javon. He gave him nothing. He hasn't really been in all the games. I pretty much predicted that was going to happen. But everything else, Bishop, been a surprise. He's been hurt. He would not be back this game. Hopefully they can get him healthy for the playoffs. But, this team has showed the ability for other guys to step up. Brown to be back from his suspension. So they got other guys stepping up, really standing at the fort, holding it down for this YMM team. We're going to jump right into the game. After getting the first down, Corey throws deep to Ice on YMM. The pass is short, picked off by Brandon, giving it to ILD. That is a huge play. If you're Corey, you cannot throw a first down interception. That is terrible, and ILD gets the ball right back.
And the thing about it is, I'm not even going to kill him and say that this was a bad throw. It's just that the pass was short. Because did Ice have a step on Brandon? Maybe he did. If you look, he's ahead of Brandon here. But if you're going to make that pass, you got to make it so that only Ice can get it.
Yeah.
That pass is clearly short, and because of that, Brandon's able to make the interception.
ILD is not able to do nothing with the ball. They'll have to punt, giving it back to YMM. Second down, Corey throws a mambo on the sideline for a decent gain. Third down, Corey gets blitzed by Swiss, throws Ruben on the sideline, off target, incomplete. YMM have to punt. Back-to-back stops by ILD. Great defensive stand. Second down, Adi's going to throw the buck in the gap. That's going to be dropped. Third down, Adi throws a Hummer in the gap. Nice gain. Last down, Adi throws deep to Hummer in the middle. Hummer stops running. Picked off by Kaka, giving it back to YMM. And like I said, Kaka's been a main defensive cog on this team, and he gets the interception here.
But the thing about it is, Kaka, from what I've been seeing, has been doing it more with putting pressure on the quarterback. Now he's dropping back into coverage and getting interceptions. They're throwing it right to him at this point. So Kaka's not gonna back down and not take it. You give him a gift, he's gonna take it like any defender would. That is a great defensive play there.
Third down, near the 50-yard line, Corey throws to Kaka in the gap for a nice gain, picking up a first down. Then Corey throws a screen to Brandon, high and incomplete. Corey on 4 rush has Kaka blocking, but Lou is still able to get by him and get the sack. YMM have to punt after getting a flag for cursing. If you look here, Kaka is too small for Lou, and Lou gets the sack. What do you think of that rush by Lou?
I think that was clearly what you're supposed to do. If you see the person blocking, I'm going to rush right through him. Kaka is a person who's shorter in size, but he's one person that's actually surprisingly strong for his size. But Lou is a different animal. He has a linebacker build. So when Lou is rushing in, there's no way Kaka's going to be able to stop him. Lou cuts right through and gets the sack.
Adi's going to get the ball. He's going to have a pass to Gotti for a decent gain. Second down, Adi with blocking from Johnny, throws to Brandon in the middle. That's going to be dropped. ILD can't get any further. They're going to have to punt. Next drive, Corey on third down, throws Ruben on the sideline to get a first down. Corey, last play before half, throws it up incomplete, taking us into the half, 0-0.
Obviously, no defense to speak of right now. 1 or 2 offensive plays, but other than that, no defense at all. Defense on both sides have been stepping up and locking down, but there's not much that they need to do because this offense on both sides has been terrible. So, obviously, in this half, I'm going to say on both sides right now, because they both suffering the same thing. They got to pick it up on offense. Whatever they're doing wrong, they got to fix it. Right now, both quarterbacks are not throwing accurately, and I think that is the main issue. Them being under pressure. They fixed 2 things, and we probably will have a different game in the second half. I believe that whoever's able to fix the offense first has a higher chance of winning. All we can do is wait and see, though.
This YMM team, especially their quarterback, does not look focused this year. We've seen a Corey who was kind of, in the beginning, he wasn't really comfortable with the UFL. Then went on a winning streak and won several championships in another league. Mm-hmm. Now he's back here. He doesn't look comfortable. He hasn't had the consistent play from Santana, Rico. Those are his go-to guys when it's time to really look for somebody dangerous. Slutty haven't really been the offensive player like we thought he was going to be. So Corey doesn't look comfortable like we expected him to coming into this season. Hopefully they can turn it around in the playoffs. But one thing about the UFL, it's hard to just think you can turn it on and turn it off when you can. So that's why I think the team may be in some trouble. We're going to jump into the second half. First down, Adi on 4 rush gets sacked by Kaka. Third down, Adi throws a buck in the middle for a nice game, picking up the first down. Then Adi throws a buck on the sideline for a decent game. Second down, Adi is blitzed by Brown, who's blocked by Johnny. Then Adi throws a puck open in the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Corey and Slutty pick up the same receiver, and that's 6-zip. I'm not going to kill Why Men because Corey's not supposed to be playing defense. They're short. Corey has to play defense. If ILD takes all the way the second half to score, I'll take it if I'm Why Men. But touchdown to touchdown, Buck with a nice catch for the touchdown.
But the thing about it is, I would worry a little bit if I'm YMN because my offense is still struggling. So even though ILD only was able to score 6 points, now I got to make sure that I score. So now the pressure's on me if I'm the offensive YMN. The pressure's on us to put up points now in this next drive. Otherwise, we're putting ourselves into a hole.
Corey throws the ice in the gap for a nice game, picking up the first down. Then Corey with 2 more passes to get to the 12-yard line. Third down, Corey throws the ice in the front of the end zone, low and incomplete. Fourth down, Corey on 4 rush gets sacked by Lou. Turnover on downs, ILD gets the ball back. Great defensive stop. Lou making an impact at ball giver now.
And again, role player. You've been talking about him not being able to, dominate on his team the way he did with Riot Squad, and I agree with you. But the point is, I said that I don't think that they have to worry too much because he's here to play a role. And right now, his role is ball giver, and because of that, he's been able to put pressure on Corey, doing whatever you need to for your team to win. Right now, Lou is playing big for his team on defense.
Second down, Adi throws a Swiss on the sideline for a decent gain. Third down, Adi throws deep to Brandon, who has a step on Corey. Makes a catch for a big gain in the first down. That is a great play by the bad man, Adi. He sees that the other team has a quarterback on the field, and what he's going to do, go downfield. Great play by Adi getting past Corey, finding Brandon. Third and goal, Adi throws a guy in the back of the end zone, dropped, picked off by Josh. YMM comes away with a crucial stop, and that is a huge drop by Gotti.
And right here in this drive, that drop by Gotti, that was, like you said, that was huge. That's a touchdown pass that Gotti dropped. That's not what you're out there for. You're out there to make a play. Unfortunately, Adi throws a pass to Gotti. Gotti's not able to hold him down by catching that pass. That's a turnover there.
First down, Corey throws a pass. It's tipped, picked off by Lou, giving it back to ILD. That is a crucial stop. That is a huge play by the former, well, I'm not going to say former because he's not over yet, the reigning MVP. This is why ILD went out and got it. He has the ability to make plays. He came up with a big play last week versus 99, dropped a touchdown, but made a big play. This one, he comes away with some huge sacks, and this is the big play with the pick by Lou at ball giver. Great interception by him. But ILD cannot score. They're in the red zone and in the goal line, and they cannot score. They have 4 plays. Wyman was able to stop them. Great play by Wyman, but it's only 6-0. Second down, Corey throws Ruben in the gap for a decent game. Then Corey with 2 more passes, including this pass to Brandon for a decent gain, picking up the first down. Then Corey throws to Brandon on the sideline. Brandon makes a nice catch with contact to get to the 20-yard line. Great play by Brandon. He was pretty much shut down at the beginning of the game by Swiss.
And I could show you a couple plays.
We'll talk about that at the end of the game. But that is a great play by Brandon coming over with a great catch. Corey throws to Brandon again in the gap. That one is going to be dropped. Last down, Corey throws a sled in the corner end zone. Tipped by Gotti. End of the game. 6-0. ILD comes away with the win.
And one thing that I noticed is that the very last drive, that's when you start to see Brandon get his stride going. He had to switch back and forth on the field to get open because Swiss was looking to guard him on his side whenever he came on his side. Swiss was really guarding whoever came on his side. He was there to lock down whatever side he was on. Whatever receiver came on his way, he was trying to lock down. He guarded Slutty when he was on his side, kept him from getting some passes. He guarded Brandon, kept him from getting those passes in the middle of the field. This was, I think, one of the big points in why ILD came away with the win 6-0, because he was able to follow Brandon and keep him within a couple of passes in this game. I think that was the key to winning this game.
Well, look at these coverage. Look at these plays. When he's covering, shuts Brandon down. Look up on Slutty, shuts Slutty down. Makes a great play. I mean, Brandon is having the kind of season that you're not going to shut him down the whole game. He's going to come away and make a big play. But like these 2 catches he makes on the last drive. But then he drops a big pass in the gap That is a huge pass that takes him the fourth down that Gotti ends up knocking the ball down. But Swiss is showing that he wants to play against the other team's best receiver, and Brandon is him. And when he did it, he shut them down. I've seen him play against YMM and play against Rico and shut Rico down. This guy is a great lockdown defender when he's focused, and he makes great plays here.
And they win because of it. His contribution with him locking down on Brandon. Then you have Lou getting 2 sacks and an interception, putting so much pressure on Corey that he couldn't get nothing done.
So the acquisitions that they made
Yes.
actually helped them. And we're going to go to the interview. When we talking to a few of the guys, we're going to go to the interview. We'll be right back.
What's going on? Stephen J here with ID, quarterback of ILD, coming through with a close win, 6-zip. What happened to y'all offensively today?
Same thing happened in the whole season. We're just playing bad. I'm not coming through, putting up points like I'm supposed to. We're just playing bad. A lot of drops and a lot of.
Despite y'all not playing great, you still right now tied for first place with 99. What does that mean to you, saying that your offense been struggling this year?
I mean, the defense is carrying us, you know. So come through in the playoffs. If I start putting up points, then it's gonna be a little easier.
Now we talk about Lou. Lou was a big pickup, former MVP. You picked him up. He's playing a role on your team. We seen him play linebacker for Riot last year. You got him at ball giver, but he came through with 2 sacks and a crucial interception. Was that one of the reasons you decided to go out and pick him up?
Yeah, Lou's a player that he's gonna do whatever we need. So right now he's giving the ball and he's doing a great job.
We've seen Brandon kill every team this season. Y'all locked Swiss on him one-on-one. Swiss was able to shut him down, neutralize his attack. Was that the thought process of coming in the game, or y'all just figured out why y'all was going?
No, we just figured out as we was going, Swiss said he wanted him, so he went on him.
Is this the year that y'all got to go to the chip? You've been in this league for a few years now, 3 Final Fours, 1 was lost in the second round. You went out, Swiss, Akon, you went out and got Lou. Is this, y'all putting all your chips in, all of it, going for the home run?
Yeah, for sure. It's either chip or nothing.
We're going to thank Adi for being here with us. ILD come through with the win over YMM, 6-zip. Be right back. Here with Swiss, one of the captains of ILD. A lot of people say you came to this team, not only you didn't bring your own team because you run your team on Sunday, you run your team on Friday, you just want to be able to play a role. But we see you still having to take the leadership role at times, especially on this team. Do you figure that was going to happen eventually?
Yeah, I figured that was going to happen eventually. I think that's just part of the person who I am. I got that reputation around TFL. I did just come. I wanted to just come, just play my role, like just not put too much pressure on myself, like all the weight. And I just feel like throughout the season, just people just depend on my leadership to on this team, and just figuring that the number one. First of all, our first goal was the number 1 seed, try to get that bye because we played Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right.
So we felt like in this league, since there's so many teams and the field is so big and just it's different from every other league. This is a real competitive league, so we just felt like the number 1 seed was our first goal.
Brandon has been killing guys all year. You took it personally to go lock him up. You like to go after the offensive best receiver. Because he played with you, would that helping to know how to neutralize how he beat guys all season?
Well, Brandon's a great receiver. I feel like I just try to take the initiative to guard the best guy, especially in a field like this, under these conditions. And this league is just, it's hard to get points. See, the score was only 6-zip today, so I just felt like whether it's Brandon, Slutty, they got a bunch of good receivers. Whoever was just lined up on my side, I was going to take the initiative to guard them.
We're going to thank Swiss for being with us. ILD come through with a close win, 6-zip, tied first place with 99. Thank you, Swiss.
One thing about Swiss, he's always smiling, always confident, and he's a great leader. And that's something that ILD needed to get over the hump. They're really trying to get to a chip, and they're showing the ability to play defensively. I'm not going to give them a cookie because YMM was missing several key members of their team. And if you only beat them 6-0 with Corey playing safety, you are in trouble because you may have Swiss ability to lock down one of their guys. Mm-hmm. But YMM has too many weapons. You're not locking down all of their guys. So the bad man Adi, who I love, has to find a way to make plays because you're not going to win 6-0 in the playoffs if you face YMM again.
And that's the issue with YMM right now. Their attendance is spotty. Even towards the end of the season, certain guys are not there that they know that they need them to be there, but they don't show up. and because of that, they end up getting caught lacking. They were shut out in this game. YMM should not be shut out in any game this season. But this game, they were shut out to 6 points. They lose the game 6-0.
Wow.
That is not a way to lose a game. I don't care what guys are out here for this YMM team. Their name and their brand alone shouldn't have them losing a game 6-0.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, they got to look at themselves for this loss because, again, their offense played horrible. Their defense locked up the best they could, but that's all that they were able to do. Their offense failed them in this game, and because of that, they can't allow this to happen going into the next game because it looks bad moving into the playoffs. They got to fix this and fix it soon.
But I'm not going to hit the panic mode on them. They missed half their team.
But listen, hold on. That is no longer an excuse. This is week 7. And they're talking about missing all of these guys. Listen, so what? They're going to show up in the playoffs? There's going to be moments in the playoffs where guys don't show up? My thing is this. It's too late in the season for guys not to show up. Whatever reason it is, guys got to be there, especially now because this is the momentum that you're taking and carrying into the playoffs.
And I agree with you, but we've seen teams do it all season. Super Friends have done it. Carver has done it. YMM has done it. These are all teams that have been in the championship. Super Friends has been in the championship. Carver has been to 3 championships, and YMM has been to 2 championships. These teams know what it takes to make it there. They know that you don't have to show up every game. You just got to play to get your ranking, get your game down, prepare for the playoffs. Can every team do it? No. But those teams that have done it have experience of being in the championship. So they know exactly what it takes to get there. Will it work this season? We're going to have to see. But all these teams that have done that have been to 1-6-1. They know how to get there.
But I'm only speaking about YMM right now.
They've been to 2 chips.
Listen, they've been to 2 chips, but was any of those chips last season?
No.
And that's the problem.
But Carver didn't go to the chip last season.
But that's my problem. It's
what
the
I'm
same
trying
thing.
to tell you is, again.
I'm not speaking for Carver.
Can it? No.
Speaking.
What I'm saying to you is this. We're just talking about the guys not being here all season.
Yes.
And guys showing up when they want to show. Do we love it? No, we hate it. But at the end of the day, this team is experienced enough and they play together enough that they know when they have to turn it on. So, am I worried about them in the playoffs? No, I'm not.
I'm not saying I'm worried. But
Should they be at the next game that they have? Absolutely. Because this is your ranking, and you don't want to play certain teams in the first round. So you want to get it together. You want to get into the playoffs on a high note. So I agree with you on that. But during the season, I'm not going crazy on that because they've been to a chip.
You're right.
They know what they got to do.
But you just said, and I want to end it like this. You just mentioned standings. This game counts on standings. So again, you win 2 games in 2 weeks. Now you have a high chance of getting first place. Now, even if they win the next game, if they win the next game, they still have to battle with other teams.
Yes.
Remember, 99 already beat them.
Right.
So even if they do win next week, if 99 wins, they still lose to 99, and they still get first place.
Well, YMM cannot go over ILD or 99.
Well, because they lost
both
to
teams beat them.
Yes.
And they can't go over either team. 99 gets the bye win versus Generals. ILD just beat them. So both of those teams are 6-1. So YMM cannot go no higher. So pretty much they're trying not to go any lower.
Yeah, but
because they got the Rebels behind them, and they got the Browns who they're trying to stay in third. You know what I mean? As Rebels are in fourth, because you're worrying about who you're going to play the second round.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're going to have to see what happens with this team. I'm not worried if I'm them. We're going to wrap up this game. ILD coming away with the win, 6-0 over YMM. We're going to be right back. Real Tough Talk. Next game up, Dutchman versus Dem Gators. Now, Dutchman, I like this team. They got a guy, Chris, not only the quarterback, Chris, but this CNC connection. Chris and Chris. I like that. Chris and Chris.
I don't know. You was talking about soda the other time.
Yeah, you remember CNC?
Yeah.
Terrible soda.
Yeah.
Terrible soda for you. But These guys have been playing well all year. And Chris, the receiver, should be up there for most improved player because his game this year has been awesome.
And the way that these guys have been able to connect in this on this team, you could say that these two are the anchors of their offense.
Yeah.
Without these two connecting, this team could not score. I'm gonna say that faithfully because I'm gonna say that honestly because it is the truth. Without Chris at quarterback, without Chris as receiver, they are not scoring. So if you look at the stats, I'm sure that more than 80% of that is from them. In the last few games. So if they're able to connect with that, moving forward, I think that they have a high chance of, at least competing in this game and winning. But I feel like I would like to see another connection between Chris and another receiver. But right now, it's looking good right now. The problem is these games haven't been translated into wins. I think that they need this win right here.
Now we're going to jump to Dem Gators. Dem Gators are the best offense in touch football in the UFL league. Nobody's been able to shut this offense down. Reggie's having one of the best years he's ever had in the UFL.
But what can you expect with all of the weapons that he has on this offense? He has Cruz, and who hasn't even been here a full season, but has been playing well when he's here. You have Dre, who's been playing lights out on both sides of the
MVP
field.
type
Pretty
player.
much MVP tier player in this year so far. Then you have Juice, who is a person who, may not get as much talk as these other guys, but just as talented, just as dangerous on offense. Then you have Chris, who's another weapon that hasn't been utilized, but he's there. You have Rubio, track star. You have
Arberly.
You have Arberly.
Moses.
The thing about it is, leave the best for last. Moses has been having the best season on their offense so far. He's been dominant. He's been cutting up the middle of the field, helping them drive. I don't see too many people being able to stop him this season because regardless of what, he's been able to put up points. It seems like whatever person that went to guard him in the last couple of games. So this is an impressive offensive team, and that is why Reggie's numbers are so high this season.
And we're going to jump right into the game. Reggie throws deep to Dre, who has a step on Steve. Dre with the catch and runs it into the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0, get his score right away.
And that is a great pass to start off the game. Connecting with Dre right away. Catching the defense sleeping. One thing that people got to understand, Reggie likes to go downfield too. He's one of the guys that loves to go downfield. That's one fact. And two, Reggie is right now the highest scoring quarterback in the UFL. If you remember that last game the game that they had with YMM a few years back, he was able to put up 52 points against that YMM team to win by a touchdown. So just imagine
highest scoring ever.
Yes, just imagine a game that went 52-46.
Never was
in
seen
the UFL. Never. And now you have teams averaging 14 points. So this guy knows how to put up points. And you see that, a glimpse of that with the first drive right away.
And what does Dutchman say? What you can do, I can do better.
Horrible singing, by the way.
After getting the first down, Chris throws deep to Chris. The CNC connection. Chris gets past, touchdown, in the end zone. Chris gets the extra point. They score right back, 7-6.
But whoa. Just rewind that and read the play again. Give me this. I need to read this play again. After getting a first down, Chris throws deep to Chris, who gets past Chris, caught in the end zone for the touchdown. Chris gets the extra point. So all you hear is Chris the quarterback, goes to Chris the receiver, who gets past Chris the defender.
Well, let's label it. Let's look at the screen. Chris throws to this Chris, who gets past this Chris for the touchdown, and then this Chris gets the extra point. That's great, but like I said, what you can do, I can do better.
No more singing, please.
Reggie gets the ball. He's going to throw the Juice on the sideline. With blocks from Moses, Juice runs to the 20-yard line and the first down. Reggie throws Moses in the gap to get him to the 3-yard line. And what you can do, I can do better.
Oh, God.
Second down, Reggie finds Moses in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Peter gets the extra point. 13-7, get his score right back.
Please, no more singing. It seems like you're gonna start doing this throughout the game, unfortunately for me. But yes, that's Reggie striking right back. Like I said, he knows how to put up points. This offense is an offense that's not too many people have been able to stop. And this is proof right here with them scoring right back in the next drive.
Chris with 2 passes for a nice game, picking up the first down. And what you can do,
Oh, God.
I can also do, but better. Chris throws deep to Chris, who has a step on Rubio, coming back in the end zone for the touchdown. Cuba gets the extra point. 13-14, Dutchman.
The thing that kills me is, yes, Dem Gators is known for their offense, but they have a capable defense as well. How are they not understanding that Chris is their main target on offense for the Dutchman? How are you not understanding that he shouldn't be guarded one-on-one, at least not being slept on one-on-one, because Chris is able to beat you. His speed is very deceptive. He catches him on an in-out route here and is able to get another touchdown. Chris is looking for him. They're able to connect with pinpoint accuracy on that pass.
Reggie throws short to Rubio, who runs for a decent game, picking up the first down. On first down, Reggie throws to John on the sideline for a decent game. And what you can do, I can also do better. Second down, Reggie with a pass to Moses over Cuba in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Gators take the lead right back, 19-14.
I don't even want to analyze this game anymore. That singing is hurting my ears right now. So again, you're making me lose focus, all right? So cut it out with the singing. Yes, they're scoring back and forth. Yes, I don't see no defense at all on any side of this team, any side of this game, but that singing is killing me. But yes, that's an impressive way to strike right back. It seems like they're having a shootout in this game, one that we haven't had in a long time.
Dre's going to end up getting a big sack here. Dutchman can't score before half, takes it into the halftime, 19-14.
And
that is 33 points combined in the first half by these teams.
And I gotta jump in to say one thing. Besides that one play where that one drive where they weren't able to finish before the halftime runs out, both teams were scored in every single drive of the first half.
Gators were 3 for 3. Dutchman was 2 for 3.
Yes. So again, that is very impressive for both teams. Of course, the Dutchman, got caught with the last drive because they didn't have enough time to finish. So maybe they had a chance to score. The way they've been doing it, I wouldn't put it past them not being able to score on that last drive. So impressive offense on both teams. So I can't necessarily kill either. But the defense got to step up, both defenses, because it seems like both defenses are not waking up and seeing what these offenses, what these quarterbacks like to do. Reggie right now not only going downfield, but he's chopping up the field. So it seems like the Dutchman's defense can't do anything to stop this Gators offense, and I think that defense is what has more of a bigger problem in this game so far.
Gators offense is lights out. They're not really known for defense. They can play defense, but their offense right now, I know we call last year Super Friends was the greatest show in church offensively. This year, you might as well call these Dub City, because Dem Gators stands for Dubs, because this team can score points. Call them Dub Gators. Because this team can score points, and that's how they win games. They scored 19 points in the first half. Some teams average 14, and they scored 19 in the first half. Amazing.
So they're getting dubs. They're, like you said, dub getters. So they're getting dubs, right?
That's what it is.
Well, hopefully they get a dub at the end of this game.
I mean, they've been getting dubs all season. They're undefeated.
Listen, well, they're trying to get another one, but I can't count the Dutchman out yet because they haven't been able to really stop their offense yet.
Well, we're going to jump in the second half. Chris with a pass. Chris cutting in the sideline for a decent gain. After a short pass for the first down, Chris throws a nook on the cutting on the sideline for a nice gain. Last down, Chris on 4 rush scrambles from Peter. Throws a Chris in the corner end zone. Picked off by Juice. Giving it back to Dem Gators. Peter keeps Chris from running the drive. Peter keeps Chris from running during the drive. You found the weakness of Dutchman. If you can get a giver that can stay with Chris, the quarterback, he cannot scramble and buy time. Peter got speed. Peter keeps up with Chris, forcing Chris to throw an interception. Second down, Reggie throws to Juice on the sideline, who shakes Nook and runs for a nice gain. After getting the first down, Reggie throws to Los in the gap for a nice gain. Los tried to pitch to Rubio, but is flagged for a 4 lateral. Third down, Reggie finds Dre cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. And we're going to show the extra point, which we don't usually show. Reggie going to make a throw to Juice. Juice with the great diving catch for the extra point. 26-14, Gators.
And it seems like this Gators offense can do no wrong at this point. Now you have Dre playing lights out in this game. You have Juice making diving catches for the extra point. And this is an impressive one here because him and Reggie was so in sync that there was nothing. Nook is the one guarding Juice. There was nothing that he could do. By the time he was able to react, Juice already had the ball in his hands.
After getting the first down, Chris throws deep to Chris in the end zone. Chris makes a great catch, but it's called out of bounds. Question is, was it a touchdown? I'm the ref that called it out of bounds. Said he didn't get it down. If you look at the knee, as he tried to get it down, it's out of bounds. It's on the line. What do you think about the play? As we blow it up, trying to get it. First of all, and not to cut you off, these are the type of plays that us refs have to make a call. Instantaneously. Right away, we have to make the call. Split-second decision. I love the fact that you have 30 refs out there. Players all think they refs. Players all think they can do this job, but none of them put the stripes on. So when we miss calls, I'm willing to say we miss calls, but when we get them right, it's, oh, y'all supposed to get it right. No, it's very difficult to come up. If you look at this play, it's close, but I thought he was out of bounds.
And again, it's all about where the knee lands. And the knee, if you look here, is already on the line as he comes down. So his body, his body is leaning out of bounds.
No feet in, by the way.
No,
he
the
went for the
feet
knee.
is still in the air by the time the knee hits the line. So doesn't matter if it's the beginning of the line or the end of the line.
The line is out.
As soon as you touch the line, it's out of bounds. So that's one thing that people got to understand. Yes, it was a flashy play. Yes, it was a quick play. But if his leg was out of bounds, his knee was out of bounds, then he's out of bounds. Unfortunately for him, he was out of bounds.
Third down, Chris gets blitzed by Chris and sacked by Peter. Great play by Peter to stay with Chris and not allowing Chris to get out the pocket. Fourth down, he throws a screen to Nook, but it's stopped. Turnover on down. Now they have stopped Dutchman twice in a row. Reggie gets the ball. He gets blitzed by Nick. Throws deep to John, who gets a step for a big gain on the first down. Then Reggie finds Moses at the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Nick is too short to guard Moses. Dem Gators come away with the win, the blowout win, 32-14 over the Dutchman.
And the funny thing is, the score looks a lot worse than how the game actually played out. This Dutchman team was able to shoot out with this Browns team in the first half.
Dem Gators team, not Browns.
I mean, this is Browns. This Dem Gators team in the first half, and in the second half, they couldn't score at all. Unfortunately, that one pass that they had to Chris landed out of bounds. Otherwise, they would have had a chance to stay in this game. They couldn't get it done together. They couldn't get it done there. But one thing you got to look at with Dem Gators is they weren't stopped at all in this game. Every drive that they were on the field, they scored. Every single drive, they put up points. And a game like that, I don't care what offense or defense you have, you are not winning when you have a team that you cannot stop from scoring at all.
I call them Dub Getters or Dub City. This team finds a way to win, and they win largely. They can score points. They score better than any team in this league. That includes Carver. That includes Super Friends. That includes ILD. This team can put points up, and they put up 32 on Dutchman. Dutchman, they're relying too much on Chris. Chris is their MVP. Somebody else have to step up. I don't know if it's Frank. Frank hasn't been in this game. Frank could be Nook. Somebody else has to give Chris another target. It just can't be Chris the receiver. He's been doing everything. He had 2 touchdowns this game, almost had 3. They got to get another weapon, especially going into the playoffs, because they don't have a great defense, so they're going to have to put up points. They have the capability of putting up points. They just need another receiver. We're going to wrap this game up. Dem Gators coming away with the win over Dutchman, 32-14. We're going to be right back. Real Tough Talk.